Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michael Bradford. I'm Director of Risk Management for BrightSpring Health Services. I also happen to be Vice Chair of the Communications Committee for the Association of Responsible Alternatives to Workers' Compensation. I have the privilege to speak with you all today to provide you with an annual update on behalf of the Communications Committee for AROC. One of the exciting aspects of being on the Communications Committee is we get to coordinate with other committees as well, such as membership and government relations. When we coordinated with the government relations team during the 2021 calendar year, we helped work on HB 3752 and the Pandemic Liability Act. You can see on your screen a timeline of HB 3752. We all recall this from at least the original legislative session that took place here in the state. In March, the bill was filed by the House, and once that bill was filed, we were alerted by our government relations team, particularly our Texas lobbyist, Ryan Brannon, who developed a bill tracker to allow us to monitor the updates of the bill. In May, the bill passed the House and was then heard by the Senate. AROC issued draft amendments because there were significant concerns about HB 3752. It would kill competition and reduce protections for injured workers. And these are two components that are opposite of what AROC strives for. So AROC was able to develop a one-pager to help our legislators through this process. On May 17, AROC sent an urgent legislative alert to all of our membership, calling for united opposition and issuing the press release. And draft amendments were added to the bill, and ultimately the bill did pass. The government relations team also has been developing video updates, regular updates presented by Ryan Brannon from the Capitol throughout the legislative session. And this is something that communications also gets to work on with the government relations team. For any of the recorded sessions, you can always visit us at aroc.org/members. The communications team has also worked on new content, including member and Q-Care spotlights and the employer and TPA checklist, which I'll talk about in just a few moments. Member and Q-Care spotlights. So the Communications Committee has the opportunity to provide you with spotlights of employers and my counterparts, for example, talking about their companies, why they became non-subscribers, why they joined AROC and became Q-Care designated. I personally have been on the communications team and a member of AROC for a couple of years now, yet I don't know all the members of our association. So this is a great opportunity to learn about our fellow members of AROC. You can view any of the historic videos on the members page of the AROC website. And if you're interested in being featured in one of our member spotlights, we would love to have you. We're always looking for new talent, and we'd like to be able to show off why you feel that AROC is important to you and why the designation of becoming a Q-Care employer is important to you. All you have to do is email us at info@aroc.org, and we would love to hear from you. We'll reach out to coordinate that video. Here's one of the member spotlights we recently were able to produce and distribute to our membership.
Hi, Justin. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well as well. So we'll start off with our first question. How were you introduced to Q-Care?
I first learned about Q-Care at the 2019 AROC annual meeting.
Tell us more about your company.
So Builders First Source is the second largest building supply company in the U.S. We employ 27,000 people across 40 states doing building supplies, lumber, millwork, such as making windows and doors. And we range everything from manufacturing and warehouse operations to trucking, deliveries, and construction.
AROC promotional materials. So at the beginning of 2021, AROC and the Communications Committee developed and distributed the annual employer checklist. And this is a simple tool that we wanted to provide all of our membership as a quick check and balance. Have we filed our annual Form 5, our DWIC 7s? Being a responsible Q-Care and non-subscriber employer is not only about taking care of our employees who are injured on the job and ensuring they have a safe place to work, but also to maintain federal and state compliance. So this checklist, again, is a simple tool for y'all to use so that way you can make sure that your plan and your coverage is up to date. Another exciting component is that the Communications Committee is developing an annual TPA checklist, and this will be used and distributed alongside the employer checklist, again, as a quick check and balance to remind us of all the components that we need to ensure are in place, current, and accurate. Engaging with the Communications Committee, we're always looking for help and support on the Communications Committee. On your screen, you can see a list of all of our members led by our esteemed chair, Carl Seelbach of Doyle & Seelbach. I've had the opportunity to work with these folks for a couple years now, and I can say that everybody is incredibly friendly, kind, open-minded, and looking for new ideas. And we're always looking for new talent. Feel free to email us at info@aroc.org, and we'll be happy to share with you some of the information about what it is that we do here on this committee, again, to further the efforts of AROC and the Q-Care designation. And to close, I'd like to pass this off to Chris Mendel with a financial update.